Oprah Winfrey became a star thanks to television. She was the richest among show business people in 2010, and to this day remains one of the top 3 most successful television stars. Winfrey is the first black female billionaire. Her TV show broke all popularity ratings. Despite the development of feminism, the role of women is still reduced to taking care of household chores, managing the household, and raising children. However, there are bright examples that women can also be successful. Probably there is not a single person in the modern world who has never heard of a powerful and successful woman named Oprah Winfrey. All American housewives are amazed by this strong-willed woman and always listen to the story of her success. It is not uncommon to hear that Oprah Winfrey is a symbol of the American dream, which she was able to realize through years of hard work. Interestingly, there are practically no facts about her personal biography, and few people talk about it. Oprah is often referred to as a media diva. For many years, she has promised to write a book about herself, but has not been able to fulfill that promise. She has been caught in hypocrisy and lies many times, but this does not diminish the love and respect America has for her. And this is said without exaggeration, Oprah is loved by all Americans. Winfrey was able to earn special respect from housewives who are so blindly and strongly attached to their favorite that they are willing to unquestionably believe every word she says. They consider their idol a real guarantee of prosperity, well-being, and success. Oprah Winfrey was born in Mississippi, a state that has long been the center of racial prejudice, in 1954. The television host herself has stated in numerous interviews that she was an unwanted child. At the time of Oprah's birth, her mother was only 18 years old, so it was quite natural that she simply wasn't ready for the role of a wife, mother, and keeper of the home. When the dark-skinned baby girl was born, her mother handed her over to be raised by her own mother, Oprah's grandmother, with her characteristic cold indifference. In her stories, the media diva rarely mentions her father, but it is known that he played a huge role in shaping Oprah's personality. He was a miner, but later retrained as a hairdresser. However, the future TV star learned about this later in life, and in her infancy, her life was filled with deprivation and difficulties. As the girl grew up, she wore patched clothes and occasionally had to go hungry. Despite the many hardships that Oprah Winfrey faced, she was a very active and curious child. At the age of 2.5, she was already speaking easily and even tried to read. At that time, Oprah's first performance took place in a Baptist church. The little girl spoke before a huge audience and told the story of Jesus' ascension on Easter Sunday. Everyone who was lucky enough to be at that performance simply melted with affection and sincerely loved the little girl. Oprah had already begun to get used to her life with her grandmother, but something unexpected happened. Oprah's natural maternal instinct kicked in, and she decided to take her daughter with her. She was living in the ghetto at the time, and that's where the little girl was going to have to live as well. Oprah always remembers that time with tears in her eyes, because there was nothing harder in her life than that period. After all these years of happy and successful life, the terrible memories from her past haven't faded for Oprah and still bring unpleasant emotions. When Oprah was only 9 years old, she was raped by her cousin. As a form of apology for his crime, he could only offer her a cheap pack of ice cream. Then the girl constantly had to fend off dubious friends of her mother's who would try to take advantage of the pretty girl without any shame. According to Oprah, it was common practice to bully children in African American neighborhoods, and she couldn't avoid this fate. All of this had a negative impact on Oprah. As a teenager, She stole money, used cocaine, and generally lived a promiscuous lifestyle. At the age of 14, Oprah became pregnant, but her young body was unable to carry the child. At the time, she was in a home for troubled and homeless children, and her own father helped her escape from there. With her father back in her life, Oprah realized that her life would be completely different. She began to study seriously and, always having a passion for public speaking, started pursuing it professionally. Oprah was able to win one of the biggest public speaking competitions. One day, Oprah received an invitation to the White House, where gifted children from America were gathered on the initiative of President Nixon. In the early 70s, Oprah landed a promising and very tempting position as a news reporter for CBS. Many predicted huge success for her, but her natural sentimentality as a television host became a barrier in her path. The girl would break down in tears during her reports on earthquakes or typhoons, and she was quickly removed from the news. However, this did not stop Oprah, as she was not one to shy away from a challenge. She made the decision to conquer television, whatever the cost. After a short time, Oprah became the host of a morning show called People Are Talking in Baltimore. It is worth noting that she excelled in this role. The show's ratings skyrocketed, and it was the success that the girl from the black neighborhood had always dreamed of. But that wasn't enough for Oprah, and she wanted to live a full life. Her misfortunes during that period could have even ended in suicide due to depression. But Oprah proved to be stronger than the circumstances and was able to rise from the ashes. Every trial only strengthened the girl and gave her new strength. Over time, Oprah Winfrey created the world-famous Oprah Winfrey Show. For decades, this show has set records for popularity. Thanks to this program, Oprah became truly rich and famous. Today, Oprah owns her own channel called OWN, and the amount of real estate that she owns is countless.